Hey YouTube, this is MindTech. Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you how to capture all of your computers wirelessly over the network using OBS Ninja. You might have heard of an option called using NDI to stream different computer screen captures across the network, but in my experience, NDI has had a lot of issues regarding latency and also regarding quality, but through my experimentation, I found a way to deliver a pretty seamless experience live streaming your display and other captures across the network using the peer-to-peer OBS Ninja connection. But without any further ado, let me show you these tips. So the first thing you have to do is go onto a web browser on the computer that you want to capture and go to obs.ninja. And now what you want to do is click on add your camera to OBS. And you might say, I want to use remote screen share into OBS, but I'll show you specifically why you want to capture your camera later. Make sure that you have OBS installed on the computer that you want to capture, and also make sure that you have the latest version of OBS updated. And the way that you can check for that is go to help and then go to check for update, and as long as it says no updates are currently available, you should be good. And now all you need to do is click on the drop down and then select OBS virtual camera as the camera device that you want to use, and you can also select the microphone that you are currently using on the computer, and you should see the OBS logo with the no camera button displayed right there. And then I recommend that you go to the gear icon and then select max resolution. That's going to push the full bandwidth that your computer can capture, just to make sure that you have the best quality live stream possible. And then finally, you can add a password to this, and now I'm going to press on the start button. And now if you look at the top, it provides a link, and this is the link that you're going to use to capture everything into the computer that you want to live stream with. So now if you move on over to your production system, open up OBS, and then under the sources pane, click on the add button, and then click on browser source. For the URL, change this into the URL that you see displayed right here in the web browser. And then for the width and height, change that to the default resolution of the computer that you're capturing. I'm also going to change the FPS value to 60 just to ensure that if it is capable of 60 FPS, we're going to get that. And finally, I'm going to enable control audio via OBS. And that's going to allow us to change or add filters to everything coming out of this computer. And currently, we should just see again the OBS logo with no camera. And so now if we go back to the computer that we want to capture and open up OBS, now we can create all of the scenes that we want this computer to see. So this might just be a simple display capture, or you might also want the integrated webcam from your computer to be displayed, or any other text. You can basically add anything to this, because the way that OBS virtual camera works is it takes the full output of OBS and it pushes that on over to that hardware camera. So I have this all set up the way that I want it to do for this demo. So now I'm going to press the start virtual camera button. If you look on our production system, you can already see everything coming from OBS being captured directly into the other computer across the network. And if I change my scenes, let's say, you can see that change reflected right there. And this is all working 100% wirelessly. No cables at all. There is no cam link connected to this. It is not 100% full resolution, and I do notice some latency, and that is primarily because I'm working off of a wireless connection on this laptop. So if you want to improve that, make sure to plug your laptop into Ethernet. What I primarily like about this is it's going to allow me to connect multiple nodes together. So let's say you have a live production on a campus where you have 3 different locations that you want to shoot at. Instead of having to move your entire production over to the different locations while you're live streaming, all you have to do is set up 3 different computers, get all of your scenes added in the way that you want, and then at one other central computer, you can switch between those different scenes. You can switch between the different nodes. So you might be thinking, well, MindTech, this is kind of like what NewTek NDI does. And I was well aware of that, and I actually first tried to use NDI, but I ran into a lot of issues, and I'm actually going to show you those right now. I'm just going to go and enable my NDI output, and then if I go and add in an NDI source on the production system, increase the sync timing to network so that it hopefully doesn't get out of sync, increase the latency to low, and now it is connected on over. I do notice right now it is a bit higher resolution, but if you look at my webcam, it is incredibly laggy, and it's also out of sync. And then granted, it is kind of a bad situation because I'm using Wi-Fi, but when I move stuff around here, it takes a while for it to respond. It is just probably like 5-10 FPS. Not a good experience at all. Compared to OBS Virtual Camera, where although it did decrease the quality because it did not have a lot of bandwidth, it still got out the information, at least in as real time as possible. I think that experience is a heck of a lot better than what I have right here. I've also had a lot of different bugs with NDI, it not connecting up, and although it's going to give you better quality, it just can be really buggy and a cumbersome experience if you don't have the perfect conditions for it to work well. Moving on back to OBS Ninja, the only real limitations that I found with it again is it decreasing the quality, and part of that is due to it modifying the bitrate based on your system's power. So if you have a bunch of applications running at the same time, and if you have a poor processor like I do in this laptop, I've seen that it actually says that encoding is overloaded just like it does in regular OBS. But other than that, it has been an awesome experience. It hasn't disconnected on me yet, and it's a very easy setup. So with that said, guys, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Bye bye.